Now we're going to do the head, but first of all we're going to stitch the ears on the insides, and I'm going to use the weave fill tool again, and I'm changing the colour to a pale blue because I want you to see it. But first of all we're going to use a run line, and I know it's not a very long way, but I don't like jumps at all. I got a thing about jumps. I lay my nodes inside the stitches that are already laid down. And my finger has got tired, so it double clicks. Okay, now what direction do I want that to travel in? Do I want it to travel like that? Let's have a look. I think I would prefer to see the angle on the slant like that. It sort of follows the direction that the ear is in. And I'm going to accept that. I like that. Then I pick up my line tool again. I did warn you, I do like travelling. I come up and I invade the area of the stitches already laid. Highlight it, go into Object Reshape, get my angle tool and set that angle to follow the line that ear is popping out of his head. And I take my end point and I move that down here and I tell it stop. Now I go up and I pick up my parallel weave fill tool again and I start digitizing the head. I'm trapping the edges of my stitches that are already laid, so there's no danger of any gaps showing between the body and the head, or between the bottom of the ears and the top of the head, and I finish up on that one. And suddenly I've got no design. I'm going to go into digitizer mode, highlight that. Now normally I wouldn't do this. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. Then go and pick up my scissors. I love the tools in this program. And lay a node. Click around so that I overlap the shape of the snout. And that should have been a left node. Now I'm going to hide my stitches for a minute. There we go. That's where I need to put a left node. Base of that snout. And I don't come to the edge of that black. And then continue around, cutting out the shape using my mouse clicks, but making certain there's a margin covering the stitches of the shape underneath. Now, I notice somebody during a webinar showed a technique for creating a carved line, which I've been using for a long time now. Don't want that one in there. I'm going to hit my S key. There is my snout underneath, but I don't particularly like that. So I'm going to go back down here, reshape, and delete those and finish it off there like that. And then I'm wondering how much of a curve I can put in with this. Now how that's going to stitch I have absolutely no idea. And I also want to move my out stitch up to here. Yeah, that altered the angle a bit. I thought it might. and then shorten that stitch length, because I want even Stevens. I'm going to increase the density to 4.8, because doing a curved stitch creates a colossal amount of pull. You could end up with a pouch if you're not careful. Okay, now we're going to put the eyes and the nose in. Now, I'm not going to tell you to use a pre-shape. I'm going to pick up a dark colour, dark mahogany, that will do. I'm not keen on black either. When I do my eyes, especially when they're only small, I do a V, a B, a crossover, and I finish. Now I use my pre-shape. I make an oval, or rather a circle. I highlight it. I go into reshape, and on here you will see there are a couple of control points. There's 1, 2, 3. Pull down the top one, and you have a nicely shaped oval. I'll just that up a little bit and move it over just a little bit so it's in the right position. Then tell that stop. Then go and pick up my run stitch, do my V, come down, across, back up, finished. Down at 100%, and take away the cursor, and you've got 2 little eyes. Right, now I've taken away the graphic, you lose the effect of a line being there. Just in case you thought that that was digitized in, it isn't. Okay, now I need to run a line down here. So we blow this back up, take him into digitizer mode, and of course you use the sunglasses to do that. Pick up my tool, click just inside the confines of the nose, and then down to here, enter it. Highlight, go to Object Details, Single Run Line, and choose a stitch. Now I'm going to put in triple line stitch. Tell that OK. Doesn't look heavy when you see it in digitizing mode. But there are 3 stitches, then 3 stitches, then 3 stitches. So it's a nice weight. It's going to stand out. Click into the center there. Now there's going to be some distortion. So come around, and because there's going to be some distortion, and we know there's going to be some distortion, we grab the column tool, and let's lower the magnification on that, and I think we can afford to reduce that down to about 100, about 1 millimeter, sorry. 1.2, because some machines will turn a satin stitch that's under 1.1 into a run line. Click off that, take a travel line, pick up the borderline tool again, and finish that one there. And I'm going to drop that one to 1.2. And there's our little bunny. If I had been doing this strictly for myself, I would have just done a plain weave fill on the head. But I wanted you to see the Florentine stitch and how we could have the Florentine stitch create this round bulbous shape and then create the round head. Okay, now in the next video we will bring in the flowers and arrange them, and I'll decide whether or not to include the bee in this design. So I'll see you in the next video.